A drained bank account and an elderly Austin woman now a victim.
A new elderly task force says it's just one of a large stack of Travis County scam cases it's received in the few weeks since it launched. And tonight, its members are hoping you can help catch this man, 49-year-old Angel Munoz. Already arrested for theft, check fraud, and indecent exposure over the years in Travis and Williamson counties, he's now at large facing an enhanced felony theft charge for taking advantage of that elderly woman. All new at 6, KXAN's Josh Hinkle has more from her East Austin neighborhood.
We're talking about a 75-year-old woman with dementia. Austin police believe it started more than a year ago, and the man scammed her out of $123,000. They hope her story will warn others that this kind of predator really is out there. Lining this East Austin street, you'll find freshly mowed and manicured lawns with every home, except for this one. The man who promised to take care of that work here is nowhere to be found. More than a year ago, Joe Munoz knocked on the door and convinced the woman inside to let him trim her trees and paint her siding. She paid the man check after check, then started pulling cash from her account. Only Munoz never completed the job. Court documents show the woman had severe memory loss, most likely what her doctor diagnosed as dementia.
I think that predators see them as particularly vulnerable.
Ross Jackson at Adult Protective Services is part of an elderly task force and says what that woman's daughter did was the best thing. After noticing the missing money, her daughter went to police.
What we're hoping to do is increase the prosecutions of people who commit exploitation against the elderly or disabled.
There are people out there preying on people that, you know, they want to get paid for work that they don't do. Lazy people.
APD, Family and Protective Services, county and district attorneys. They're all working with banks to watch for this kind of crime.
Anytime there's any kind of large transaction, particularly if it's unusual for that customer.
While banks do their part, Jackson encourages family and friends to do theirs. In a case like the woman with dementia, it's wise for loved ones to review that person's finances regularly.
It makes me feel angry. I think this happens far too often.
The Elderly Task Force says there are a few things you can do to keep criminals away altogether. Make sure your loved one understands to only work with people they know or with a registered company. Even then, it's still a good idea to have a no solicitation sign in your yard or on the house. In Austin, Josh Hinkle, KXAN, Austin News.
If you or someone you know might be the victim of a scam, you can call the Adult Protective Services hotline at this number, 1-800-252-5400.